In this video, I'm going to talk about Copilot Power Apps capabilities. So, Copilot in Microsoft Power Apps will help you do some actions. Okay, so some of the actions I have listed over here. So, one is starting from building an app. So, while you start building an app, it allows you to render the skeleton or the scaffolding using the prompts, okay, which I'm going to demonstrate in this particular video. Now, you can also create a data source table. So, if you do not have a table for the app, you can author it right from there itself. You can rightfully start authoring the data source table. And also, if you want to populate sample data within the table, that also you can do using the Copilot within Power Apps. Now, once you are in a Power Apps Designer Studio, then you can design the form with controls. So you can add controls. You can put it in a prompt like, "Hey, can you add text box or a text field or a button within the page or within the screen?" So it will allow you to do that. You can also sort help about any topic area while development, like if you are building a Power App and if you want to know how to integrate Power Automate or an HTTP connector within Power Automate, or maybe if you want to have some sort of a query with regards to the formula bar, then those things you can ask within the Copilot. There are formula ideas and format text using examples. So if you want to uh, write some formulas, but then you do not know how to write that, or maybe if you have a data structure. So, take for example, if you have, say, a column with some numeric value, say 1,000, 5,000, 6,000, 2,000, and if you want to format that as a currency value with some format, that also you can suggest using format text using examples. Then generating an app description. So in model driven app, you can actually generate the app description. So AI will automatically generate app description for your app. And for Canvas app, once you save and publish the app, and if you do not put anything in the description, then it will automatically populate the app description. So there are some prompts which I have used. So I documented that over here. So some of the prompts which you can use within Power Apps are: can you connect gallery 1 with form 2? So this gallery can be any name of the gallery, and this form can be any form which is there as a part of those Canvas app design. Now what it does is basically it attaches the gallery with that specific form. Okay, connect selected form control to sales list, or add gallery to selected container. So the third item over here, it will add a gallery control to the selected container within the Power Apps. Similarly, you can add controls like label. You can change the color of selected label to X color, so white, red, orange, whatever is your way of theme design. You can set fill of selected container to yellow. So again, you are all playing with the control uh, uh, properties. So here you're filling up something, here you're changing the color, here you're adding label to the control. You can even add a screen with sidebar or X. And then this one is explain the update function. Now here, if you want to know more about update or update if function, or any other function for matter of fact, you can ask those questions within the uh, interface. You can also call how to call flow from Power Apps. So this is also some informative article which Copilot will help you resolve. Uh, then you can add a new column to the property like ABC, or maybe change text of selected button to XXX. So all this thing we are going to see in the example. Okay, so this is like some of the things which I have tried, but you can do much more beyond than that. How it looks like. So if you see here, Copilot Power Apps for model driven app. So this is my model driven app over here. This is an interface. Now here, there is a button called as create description using AI. So you can uh, automatically see the description within the application. Okay, so AI will suggest the description if you haven't populated on your own. Now here, once the model driven app is in a running mode, if you click on the Copilot icon, from here you can ask various questions, like say from here, this is like a snippet from Microsoft data fabricam. Now here I'm asking you who's the primary contact for Contoso, and then I'm getting the response back. If I ask from here, like what is the annual revenue for Fabricam, it will pick up this value 80,000, and then it's going to give you the result. So some thing which you can ask, but you can even do a summarization. So if you see a list over here, and if you want to see what is the total number of sales which has been accomplished with this particular account, this information will be given back to you using the Copilot. Now there is an ideas panel which is a part of preview. So here, if you turn this on, then in Power Apps you can get those ideas generated automatically for you. Okay. Now from here again, this is like a Canvas app interface. So here again, you can see the Copilot icon over here. You can ask various questions. You can add a control within the page. You can add a screen, so on and so forth. Building a table, so you can describe a new table, you can build a new table, and then once the table is generated, you can do a lot of other actions like changing the column, adding a row, removing a row, refreshing the data, and then even suggesting something for that table. Formatting text, I explained to you over here, like if you have some numbers, and then if you want to have those numbers within some format, then you can actually put the format, and then it will give you that expression, and that expression you can use within your application. There are some other settings like Copilot text assistance web player and Copilot chat in web player, which is in preview. So those all things can be set at an app level. Admin center settings, within an environment you need to go into the settings, features, and then turn on the Copilot for Microsoft 365 Copilot and Copilot generic setting to allow Canvas editor to get AI powered answers. Okay, so that's basically theoretical about it. Now let's go into the backend. So I'm in the Power Platform Admin Center. First thing first, you need to go into the settings, behavior, and then make this monthly channel so that you get the latest and the greatest updates from Microsoft immediately. Then going on to settings, go to the features, and then within features, the first option which comes with regards to Copilot is let me show you that. So once you go into the settings and features, then you should be seeing the switch which allows Canvas Editor to get AI powered answers on how to questions and AI build a GPT experience. So you can turn this on. You can even turn this on for AI suggestions for formula columns. And once you're done with it, you just click on save. So these are a couple of things. Now, once you are in Make.Power Apps interface, here in the first prompt, it will ask you like, what do you want to build? Okay, so I can say, build a sales app. Okay, uh, and if I just press enter, then it will start building those sales app. It will suggest a table for you. Now here it is automatically suggesting a table. Now let me open another window just to show you. You can even generate a table if you do not want to build an app, just a table itself. Okay, so I'm in the Make.Power Apps interface. From here, if I go to tables, then if I see the first option over here, it says create a table. Now describe the new table. Okay, so I can create a new table manually, or I can describe the new table. If I click on describe the new table, here I can say create a table for create table for uh, tennis management application. Okay, something like that. And if you click on, if you enter, if you put an enter, and then it will give you a table for tennis management application. So you have got player ID, player name, age, gender, ranking. And here, if you do not want to see age, you can say remove column age. Okay, and once you do that, then if the AI understands it correctly, then age is gone from here. Okay, and here under ranking, player name, gender, you can also suggest. Now there are only 4 columns. You can say, hey, I want something more as well from here. So you can say suggest some more columns. Okay, and then AI will go in the back end and then start asking for some more input. You can say if you want to add a date of birth column, you can click on add a date of birth column, and this date of birth column will get added in this interface. Okay, like this. Now Going back to the earlier example for sales management application, again, we can do a whole bunch of other manipulation. And once we are done with it, we can just say create an app. Okay. Now, what we are essentially doing is we are building a model driven app which is attached to a table. So this will load, and then within this model driven app itself, you can see a Copilot icon over here, and you can do a further advancement of the application by using the Copilot functionality. Okay. So let this page load. In the meantime, what I'll do is like I'll go into the back end again, go back to make.powerapps.com, or maybe let me open a new interface, Power Apps. And what I'm going to do is like I'm going to parallelly start building a Canvas app as well. Okay. So here, how to build a Canvas app? You go to create and then blank app, and then it'll ask you what kind of app you want. I'll say blank Canvas app. I'll click on create. Okay, and I'll call this an Girish Canvas app Jan. Okay, I'll click on create. So I'm building a Canvas app over here. Now going back to the screen of the model driven app here, you can do a whole bunch of other things. If you want to add an email screen, now you have already have one screen. If you want to add an email screen, then it will add another screen over here on the left hand side, and that will have an email control like body to uh, send button, and subject line, and so on and so forth. Okay, so whatever template is available within Power Apps, it will start rendering those. Okay, so till the time this load, let's switch back to the Canvas app. So in Canvas app, here you can see that there is a button called as Copilot. So if you click on Copilot, then you can again do the same thing over here. If you want to add text label, you can add a text label, and then the text label will get added into the form. Okay, switching back to the screen over here in the model driven app, I can see that an email screen has been added, and then you can further do other things on this part. Okay. Now, you can also do a lot of other things. So let me first show you what is the description for this model driven app is. So if I click on settings, then here I can see the description is nothing over here. Okay, so I don't have any description defined. Okay. Similarly, going into the Canvas app, if I go to the settings, and I can see there is no description defined for me over here. Okay, let me close this, and let me close this Copilot as well. Okay, now I'm running this model driven app. So this is the model driven app. First, I need to save, and then I need to publish. Once it is saved, let's publish this model driven app and then play this model driven app. So it's still saving, and once it is saved, let me publish. Now here again, I'm not putting any description. I'll just putting publish this app. Okay, I'll close this Copilot. I'll go to the main screen here, and I'll run this app. Okay, now this is the app which I can see over here. Again, I can see Copilot from here. I can ask some various questions over here, what you want to do with the app. Let's say price for sales ID 0002. Okay, let's see if it answers that question. Okay, so I'm in sales ID 001 page, but price will, it says I can't do that because it doesn't seem related to Power Up. Please describe what you want to do with the app. Now, if I had a various other things over here, like with some descriptive content, okay, then I should be able to get the responses back. But the goal of this entire exercise is to show you where Copilot can be used. Now we have seen that Copilot can be used in the start phase. It can be seen in the development phase, whereby you have created a table, and then we have seen that it allows you to design the Copilot control within Power Apps. And also, while running this application, you can utilize Copilot functionality. Now, example, if I go into say one of the app, okay, so I have this D365 Customer Service Hub app, which is already been within the application. So I have this cases record, okay, over here. And from here, I can, this is again an example of a model driven app. Okay. Now here I can ask Copilot some questions. Okay. I can ask a question. I can say, uh, so list down cases with priority low. But you need to be very precise, but sometimes it will not give you the response back correctly, because if you don't draft your parameters correctly, then it won't give you that correct information. Okay. So again, this has given me something weird. It says that to list down cases with low priority, you can follow this step, go to the support, submit a case, fill in your name, contact information in the case category. So it has understood that I need to do something with regards to changing the case priority low for a specific record. So if you give the answers, if you give the prompt correctly, then only it's going to give you a proper response. So again, let me go back into say one of the existing record, and here I have modified this form. I can check for customer details, so email address. So I'll just say, get me the email address for Blue Yonder Airlines. Okay, now I've made a spelling mistake. I just say Yonder Airlines. Let's see if AI understands that specific record or not. It hasn't recognized that. So, like it says, there's no information related to your question in the knowledge base. Would you like to try another topic? Now, if you see here, now we are asking about this particular uh, case record, but it is searching for something in the knowledge base. So there is something called as a knowledge base, called as a knowledge articles within Dynamics 365 application. So this is tied up to this particular repository, and then whatever you ask from this repository, it will give you the answer. Okay, so booking travel. Okay, if I just type booking travel, now I have a knowledge article published with regards to booking travel. So it should iterate through this booking travel and then try to get this information. Now here it says to book travel, you can follow this step. Okay. Now let's see what's there in the knowledge article, booking travel. And now here, if we go into the booking travel and if we go into the content, here you can see that same response which the AI has suggested you. So what we have seen is that if the co-pilot is attached to a specific entity, now in the case of cases entity, it was not attached. It was attached to the knowledge articles, and that's why it pulled up the responses from the knowledge article. So similarly, you can attach it to multiple entity, and that's the reason I showed you first a failure scenario and then a success scenario. So here, if you see, I'm in the Canvas app. Now I'm in the latest version. So if I click on settings, I go to click on support. Then on the authoring version, I'm in this 3.24013.14. So if you don't know how to change that, click on authoring version over here and select the latest version what you have, reload plus apply version, and then you will be landing in this page. Now here, what you need to do is say, take for example, if I have this gallery, I'll add the gallery control. So I have this vertical gallery which I've added over here, and if I select accounts, okay, now in accounts I can see that there are name and then the ID over here. Now this ID follows some format. It's like 3 characters dash and then 4 characters. Okay. Now here, once you select this, you'll see something called as a Copilot icon over here, and if you click on text formatting, you can format the text. Okay, so current format is this. So take for example, if you do not want this format, you want something like this. Okay, so 5-55 dash 01 dash 50. If you want this format, okay, you can just select over here, and now with this, it will suggest that this is the format which you can use. Okay, and then you can copy this format. Okay, or maybe you can apply this format. Okay, now here the format is 3 characters dash and 4 character. Now if we change the format and if we click on apply, then you see the format will change for everything. Now this you can do for currency, data type, date, time, or any other things which you want to format, but you don't have time to write the formula. Okay, now it has written a formula for you automatically over here, and that's the benefit of using Copilot. Now now we haven't saved the name of the description of the application. Okay, so if you go to settings, uh, it has automatically populated this. We haven't put this, but it has automatically populated. Now if you go into the main screen over here, let me don't save this, let me go back to the main make.powerapps screen. So let me open this in a separate window altogether. So if I go to make.powerapps.com, and from here, for whatever application, if you do not fill the app description, then if you go in apps, here you will see the list of the apps in a tile format. You can select the control from here if you want to see a list view or a tile view. Now here, just watch out. Okay, see this. Now for this app, we haven't put any description, and that's why it says AI generated content may be incorrect. And this is the description which has automatically been suggested by AI and updated. And this is not only applicable for Canvas app. So for all the Canvas app, this description is generated over here. uh, it generates also for a model driven app as well. Okay, so if you see here, for this application, it has automatically generated this particular description. Also, against a Canvas app, here if you select this three icon, and if you click on details, then you can actually go inside the Canvas app to extract the details. From here also, you can see this description field, and it says AI generated content may be incorrect, and it indicates that this is generated from AI. Going back, if you see this three icon over here, okay, uh, let me click on settings. Okay, now if I click on settings over here, on the right hand side you will see something called as Copilot. Now what does this indicate? It says text assistance in web player and Copilot chat in web player. Now what this functionality means is, turning this on means that the end user will get an inline Copilot text generation for multi-line text input and rich text editor. So if a user sees in the form a text field or a multi-line text or rich text editor, then they can utilize the Copilot functionality. So this setting is about that. And also, as you saw in the model driven app, we had a Copilot in the web player experience. So turning this on means that the end user will get a Copilot chat experience for app using Dataverse as their sole data source. So these settings can also be turned on at an application level. So that's it, folks. This is all about utilizing Copilot within Microsoft Power Apps. Thanks for watching.